Bangkok. Walden, good morning. Welcome to Radio Islam International this morning, and thank you so much for your time.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me.
All right, the pleasure is all ours. Well, you speaking to us from Bangkok. Let's start off with Thailand. Thailand goes to the polls. What's at stake for the nation?
Well, the polls are done. This was last Sunday, and the winning party was the government party, the Boom Chai Thai party. And it was a bit of a shocker because people thought that the reformist party called the People's Party would win. And it was, they were ahead in the polls before the elections. And the situation is that people probably thought that since they were not allowed by conservative forces to form a government in 2023, that they would not be allowed to form a government again, even if they were, if they won the elections. They were so that so that was a sense of why the governing party lost. The second thing is the governing party really draped itself in nationalism, since Thailand is involved in the border conflict with Cambodia. And the governing party, the prime minister, in fact, made use of ultranationalism to be able to make himself appeal to the voters. And apparently that worked. So the process now is ongoing to forming the new government.
Okay. So that is as far as Thailand is concerned. Now, tell us, what about Japan? We believe they called for snap elections. Who did the Takaichi? Did she win again there?
Yes,
What can you tell us as far as the Japanese elections?
Prime Minister Takaichi won. They won a two-thirds majority,
Hmm.
which means that the ruling Liberal Democratic Party will be in a very strong position. And her, but it's not going to be easy because people are very concerned about rising prices, inflation.
Hmm.
And she also has a reputation of being a hawk, um, and wanting to somehow change the constitution because the Japanese constitution now, forbids Japan from
Hmm.
having an army. And although it has an army because some constitutional interpretation, nevertheless, it's a pacifist constitution, and she wants to change that. And of course, China is probably not pleased with the results because Takaichi has said that Japan would intervene if China blockades Taiwan. So we'll see what happens, but it does seem like she goes into the new year with a very strong position. So in both Thailand and Japan, the conservatives have won.
Okay, that's really interesting. Can you tell us about the Asians' reaction to the Board of Peace? Is it unity or is it going to be division?
Well, basically, they're still scratching their heads over this board of peace, and there are different opinions about it. One is, that it's really Trump's effort to supplant the United Nations as a peacemaking force, and because he doesn't have very much respect for the United Nations. Other people said that, oh, this is another one of Trump's ideas that he's going to forget after a while, because he's preoccupied with so many things. And then there are those, that basically said this won't last very long because it's too bound up with Trump's personality. And this was shown by the fact that he disinvited the Prime Minister of Canada, Mr. Carney, after the speech in Davos in which Carney basically criticized the United States. So Yes, he's invited Vietnam, he's invited the Philippines and Indonesia, but um, but they probably will be very wary about going all the way here. Certainly, the Philippines has not yet really responded. And it's really because of this sense that this might be a fly by night idea that's going to vanish pretty soon. But others said you have to take it seriously, because it's coming from the U.S. hegemonic power. So for the moment, people are still basically seeing how the dust settles on this board of peace.
Okay, that's really interesting. Thank you so much for your time. So much for thank you so much for the update on those various incidents. You go well and enjoy the rest of your week. Hopefully, we get to speak again next week.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. So that was Walden Bello with the Asia Pacific